and welcome back to Posh Cat's Cabbie. I've just got back from Simpsons of Great Yarmouth, the motorhome and Skoda dealer in Great Yarmouth, and the reason for me going today was to take little Ethel, who's due for her service, and I've left her there for a couple of days. So once I was there, and I thought, well, it'd be rude not to, wouldn't it? I went over and had a little look at a few motorhomes, like you do. And got chatting with Brindley, one of the senior sales team there, and he very kindly offered me a cup of tea, and with my mask and my gloves in hand I was able to look around one or two used motorhomes. Now he's got a smaller amount of stock than normal, but there are one or two nice examples, so here goes. I've picked out a handful of nice little motorhomes and see what you think. I think they're rather good. There's the Burstner over at the end there. The auto trailer's sold, but there is an Eldus, 2019 Eldus there. The Peugeot based Majestic. There's two of those. And we've got a Rapido on a 15 plate. A Hymer. An Autosleeper with an over cab storage or bed arrangement. A Swift Bolero. I'm very familiar with the Swift Boleros. An Auto Trail. Another Auto Trail there. And a Def Lefts at the end. Well, a big thank you to Simpsons of Great Yarmouth for allowing us to film here today. There is a shortage of good used motorhomes at the moment. We're coming up to a summer season 2021, and pleased to say that Simpsons have got one or two cracking little vans here. Right, well, the first van I'm going to have a quick look at is this Swift Bolero. I know a little bit about Swift Bolero, being we've owned one now for 4 years. This is a 2016, so it's not going to be dissimilar to the one that we own in a lot of ways, and it's got a price ticket on of just about £52,000. Let's go and have a little look inside. The livery is very similar to our Bertie, and already I can see it's very similar indeed to our van in length as well. So I would say that's probably about just under 8 metres long. You got a bike rack on the back there already, and down the side here this is storage. No doubt there's a bed alongside there. Your freshwater, fridge and freezer outlets, door with a nice piston on the door to hold it open, and the Omni-Store canopy as well, and that looks like a 4.5 metre canopy. Outside light, and hiding behind here is the Calagas. I know that you can put 13 kilogram bottles in there as well as the usual 6 kilogram. So going inside then, using the Canon camera this morning, so we're not going to get quite so close up as with the GoPro, but we've got a manual box here, a Fiat Ducato cab, and the synthetic seats here, really soft and comfortable, and these two seats swivel round and make a nice lounge area. Now with the Swift Bolero you do get this beautiful window. It opens up like a clamshell, so stepping back a little bit here, looks like the previous owners have put a little round table in, an occasional table which would swivel round by the look of it. It's quite handy up at that end. You will also have the normal table that sits in the middle here, the folding table, and that's stored away elsewhere in the van. Lots of lockers and storage. Now from memory, yep, shelves in these ones, and they are removable shelves, so you can take them out if you've got larger boxes. And same this side. And underneath these cabinets you do get spotlights, and there's also LED lighting under here. Curtains are really quite nice. And then we come into the kitchen area here. Now there's a little flap that you can extend the kitchen worktop with there. That folds back down, and then the stainless steel sink, good size, not too deep, so you're using buckets and buckets of water, but very useful size sink. Power at the back there, and then the Dometic hob, which someone's put a little cover in there to stop it rattling around. But you do get 3 gas burners and 1 electric on this one, on this model. It's exactly as we have it in Bertie, our own van, and a grill, separate grill, and oven as well. As you can see, they've bubble wrapped the shelves so that they don't rattle around too much. Also furnished with a microwave, and these cupboards here I always find useful for cups, plates and crockery up there. Soft closing doors as well. Under the sink on this model you do get lots of space. I know on the newer models they tend to put the boiler under here, but you've got the shelves, and this door opens as well. There's buckets of space underneath there, and a little knife and fork drawer here, which is really good and handy. As I say, lots and lots of space there. We like that cupboard. Sue and I always store most of our food when we're travelling in there. Of course, there are storage boxes underneath the lounge seats here as well. Just above the entrance door, as you come in, you've got your Swift command system, which is all electronic. Now this shows at the moment the power is off, but you can control all your lighting, your water pumps, and various things, a battery from there. And you can switch from cab to leisure batteries, and also control your solar from there. And this one here is the Alder heating, the Alder wet heating, and to the left here we've got the smoke and carbon dioxide detector. Position here for the TV with a swinging arm, and all the electrics required for your TV, and a lovely little cupboard just here, which often has the solar controller in. This one hasn't, but so I've probably tucked it somewhere else. The fridge, which is opposite the kitchen, has a separate freezer compartment on this one. And the nice thing about the Bolero is that they do fit the automatic controls on this, so if you do park up for any length of time, the as you switch the engine off, it will go automatically onto LPG, and then when you start the engine again it will go back onto 12 volt, so it's really useful. Now just here, if I close the door for a second, you'll see the kitchen and the bedroom are completely separated. Not lots of light in the kitchen from this overhead opening window, but once we go through this door you can see we've got twin beds in here and a separate bedroom, so really spacious and nice and private. If one of you wants to go to bed and the other stay up, you can close that door and you're completely self-contained with your own little ensuite. Wardrobes both sides, so you've got plenty of room there for shelving or hanging rails, and the same this side, hanging space. Okay, and there is your TV aerial extender in that cupboard there, so you've got a TV aerial on the roof. Lots more storage either side, and if I remember, some of them have shelves and some of them don't. There we are. Yep. So that one's no shelf, so if you've got larger items you can store them in there. And the same this side. Windows either side, and the nice thing about all the blinds in this van is that you get the fly screens which come down. They can they actually lock into the bottom blind, or you can have the blackout blinds, and the nice thing about them is that you can have them part closed. So if you want to keep the sun off the van, to keep it cool, you can do that. And you can have half and half, so if you want the window open you can keep the bugs out but still have the blind half open and half closed. Really useful. Little shelf at the bed head on each side for your spectacles, and again spotlights underneath, and all these cupboards will have LED lighting underneath them as well. Storage will be under these beds, and you can see from here you can get to them from either sides. Now they've got all the carpet stored in there, so there's a good bit of room in there, and there was access from outside, if you remember, before we came in. Little trap door there. People ask me what's inside there. Well, let's have a look. If I can give that a good tug. There we are, there's your tank. So you've got an inspection point for your freshwater tank, and that's really useful for cleaning. There is another one at the front, and I think that's purely a storage box. So if you want to put valuables and hide things, you can put them in there. In the washroom then, recognise this from Bertie. The door is in a slightly different place on this van, central, but you have got the shower with the Orbit water saving head, and you can see from the footprint of the shower there, quite a big area, and a folding door that comes across. There's me. And the sink, of course, with storage underneath. A heated towel rail, which is connected to the Aldi hot water system, and nice opening window. Storage again here for your, well, we put towels and things in here, very useful. And then in here as well, and someone's put some racks in there. I don't think that's standard. That's a very good idea. Yeah, I like that idea. But lots of space for things. Towel rail and a rail for your dressing gown or something up there, and your electric flushing toilet. One thing I like about the Swift is these little occasional lights, and they can be used whilst you're driving along for reading, or when you're parked up at night if you don't want the main lights on. Well, that's a lovely clean and tidy van at £52,000. It's 5 years old, and it's the Swift Bolero. Going to take a look at an A-Class now. It's the Hymer, and this is 2011, a little bit older, £40,000 this one, and the A-Class has a surprising amount of space in the lounge area, and already took a quick peek inside of this one, and I think it's quite a nice van. It's another 8-metre van, or close to 8 metres. As you can see, if I walk down the side of it here, there is a big garage, so that tells us there's probably a bed, a high bed inside. There's a bike rack, and there's towing equipment on the back of this one if you wanted to tow a little car. With the Continental vans, of course, the habitation door is on the opposite side, but there is a nice Thule canopy as well on this one. Let's step inside and have a look. The first thing that strikes you is the leather, cream leather interior here. Lovely big table, so this is clearly your dining area, and 2 seats at the front will swivel, of course. And with the A-Class, the front cab is just a huge open space, so with the seats turned and the blinds closed, you've got all the windows there have got blinds, you can have a big addition to your lounge at night time. Very, very cosy indeed. Above the cab there is a drop down bed, so you can clearly sleep 2. It's a double bed, you can sleep 2 up there. And just behind that double bed, over the lounge, there is a nice skylight window. Storage either side, but very cosy and very nice place to entertain. This one's on a Fiat Ducato. Nearly couldn't say it. It's an automatic box on this one. Moving round to the kitchen then, and you can see lovely looking cupboards here, and storage over the sink and hob, and there's a little cover here over the sink with a collapsing bowl, and then is that 2 or 3 burner? Let's have a look. Open it right up. 3 burner, there we are. 3 burner hob. Yeah, and this is a 2011 van, so you can see that it's been used, but it's clean, and probably needs another little deep clean before you put all your personal things in. 2 nice sized drawers here, and a bin, and then there's also storage, great big bins here, look, corner cupboards, and again there. Opposite the kitchen, so opposite the kitchen we've got the fridge and freezer, 2 separates, and the freezer there. There we are, just unlock that. Okay, and then just above there they've fitted a little convection oven, so very useful. And a curtain here suggests then that you can draw that across for privacy, because there is another double bed. It's a French bed, as we call it, in the corner there. There is a slight cut off here, so it's not entirely rectangular, but this end would have your feet here, and clearly your head at the other end. So it's a good size double bed. Storage all around the top, and a skylight above as well. And then in the corner on this one we've got the wet room, and good size shower tray here, good bit of space with a bench toilet, storage at the back with a window that opens, a very large mirror, skylight above, and there is a little electric fan I notice up there, which is quite useful for drawing out steam and so on. Little sink there, and the door closes it off like so. Very good. And then just to the right of me here there's a wardrobe, which I'll open up for you, and there we are. Plenty of hanging space, and space underneath for all sorts of things. Well, for a 10-year-old van, that's pretty clean and tidy, and the new owner of this will be very lucky indeed. Let's go and have a look from outside. The Hymer are a German-built van, got a great reputation, and are very desirable. And that's quite a big one, that one. But very nice for touring. All self-contained. Well, I'm going to have a quick look at this Burstner. It's a 2016 plated van, and it's priced at £50,000. And very nice looking van indeed, with the grey, silver grey cab. It's a NEXXO T660 Sovereign, and I've got high expectations of this one. Nice canopy above, gas bottle box and a garage, and then round the back we got the striking livery of the Burstner on the back there too. Moving around the other side here, you've got the clearly down in the corner here is the toilet emptying point, and this box here is for utilities, so your water and electricity will be hiding in there. Fiat Ducato. Let's go and look inside. What you'll notice about the Burstner is that the wider door to start with. There's a light over the top there, an LED light, and it's on a fairly low chassis here. There's no electric step, so much easier to access with the wider door as well. Now, first thing I notice again with this one is leather, a nice cream leather. Fiat Ducato. This is on an automatic box, or a semi-automatic box. Fiat Ducato, and looks like it's got a Pioneer media system in it, which have been retrofit, and some nice bright carpets, so all nice and clean and tidy. Now those seats again swivel, a huge window above it letting in lots of light. That will have a blind so that you can close it off, of course, and another skylight above here as well. So the lounge has got flooded with lots of light, and a shaped table to make things convenient, and then you've got two passenger seats here, and that turns into a lovely lounge diner, a typical continental layout. No drop down bed in the front of this one, but lots of headroom, of course, so that's the compromise. When you have drop down bed, you don't always get as much in the way of light or headroom. So moving into the kitchen, start at the top here. Nice cupboards, shaped cupboards at the top with a window into your kitchen. It looks very nice. I love these tops. They keep nice, they do really. 3 burners on the hob, and then a nice shiny basin there with mixer tap, which we all get used to seeing these days on the sink. Little shelf and electrics there for your tea and coffee. And moving opposite the kitchen then, we've got a long mirror and the Dometic fridge freezer. Again, bags of space in the fridge freezer here, and a separate freezer box, and above there's a cupboard, so a very useful cupboard there. And round to the back of the van, French bed again, not quite such a cut off in this one as we saw in the last van. Really large size double, lots of storage above, a skylight for ventilation, and there is a curtain so that you can draw the curtain across this rail here for privacy if one of you wants to go to bed and the other doesn't. I always think that's a good thing, you know. I often stay up late playing about with computers and things while Sue rests at night. And then in the corner here we've got the washroom. This is nice. Got a skylight letting light in there, and plenty of spotlights as well. You've got the separate doors so that you can close the shower section off in the middle, so not everything is going to get wet. You're just the centre section is where you would shower, and the it is still a wet room. You've got the floor is made into a wet room, so you can wipe around. And at this end you've got the little basin here and storage underneath. Lots of storage in the corner unit here, and a giant mirror. So a good generous washroom, that plenty of space for getting changed, and hooks on the door, which is really convenient as well. So we like that. And next to the door for the washroom there's another door here, which is our really good size wardrobe with hanging space, and I'd say you could probably put a shelf or two in there, and make more room, more shelves at the bottom. It's really good size, and the TV aerial is stored in there as well. Truma heating in this one, that's the blown warm air. So looking back down to the lounge now, good bit of space. Burstner have got a reputation for good quality. Again, they're a German van, so you do find the habitation door on the off side, the driver's side, although this is a right hand drive van. Now as I came in I missed this little bit. Look, behind this mirror we saw next to the fridge, we've got some storage here, That's really useful. And a little worktop, which I think you could probably put your TV on there. But there is hanging rail and pegs, so if you want to make that your coats, hat and coats area, you could do that also. Storage at the bottom, and I always think that's a good shoe cupboard. Yes, good shoe cupboard there. And there's another one this side as well. I'll probably make that one, this cupboard here, for the dogs. I wouldn't put the dogs inside, you understand, that would be for dog food and leads and things. Right, very nice looking van. Have one last look outside. Going to take a quick look in this Autosleeper. It's on a Fiat chassis. It's a 2015 model and priced at 47,000. The thing that struck me about this is the overcab. You don't see so many of these about now. Most of them are like the Swift next door to it, with a streamlined cab. But there's always some benefit to be had for that extra space above the cab. Let's go inside and have a little look. Autosleeper notoriously are good at the storage, so let's go and have a quick look. I already see the storage underneath here, and underneath the bed. I'm going to go around the back. It's not a big van, this one, in terms of length. Got towing equipment on the back and a cycle rack, and there's also cameras on the back. And then down the side you can see this silver and grey livery, known to Autosleeper. The habitation door is on the near side, and it's at the back of the van, so I'll swing that open. And there is an electric step to get in, so this motorhomes are slightly higher off the ground. And the rear is a kitchen, and I'm always quite like the rear kitchens. Something about them. My sister and brother-in-law Sheila and Joe have a similar van to this, with storage above. There is lots of drawers along here, cupboard space, oven and separate grill, and then a 3-burner hob with an electric ring as well. Okay, and then next to it here we've got the washroom. Now this is a swing door. This white area here swings right out, so that makes a shower cubicle. There's lighting above, so it's not dark once the light is on, and that makes sure with the aid of this door here, it helps the washroom become a shower, separate shower. And then of course you've got your toilet and storage, skylight above. Just moving back from the toilet door, we have a wardrobe behind this mirror, and it's a thumping great wardrobe with a big hanging space. The electrics are in there, but lots of space to store things in that wardrobe. TV aerial rather, is adjusted from there. And then below there's a drawer as well, which is very useful. Opposite that is the fridge, and that's a fridge with a freezer unit built in. And then the obligatory Autosleeper glasses and a little cabinet there. And there's a Daewoo microwave fitted, very handy, and lots of lockers above. And there's already some cups inside, and they extend all the way along. Okay. Now below is the lounge. And the nice thing about this one is you've got a long bench this side, and then a table and 2 passenger seats this side. So it's a 4-berth. This would make up into a bed, no doubt, a double bed with the use of the table. And the seats, the driver and passenger seat, would again swivel to make the lounge so you can all sit around. There's two good sized windows either side of the lounge. Very nice, letting lots of light in, and there is an overhead skylight as well. And the bit that intrigued us from outside was the cab, of course, and it's a Fiat Ducato, as I said before, with cloth seats. They're quite nice and firm, and it's on an automatic box, or semi-automatic box, and as you can see, just above here there is lots of headroom, and there is another skylight. Now I can see from the gas struts here that this will pull down, so I'll give that a try. Well, that's first time lucky, wasn't it? And that reveals a mattress there and some infill cushions as well for making up the other bed, and you've got what looks like a retainer here, so if you have children sleeping up here, I would imagine that would be ideal, rather than two heavy adults, perhaps children or teenagers, but you'd have to check the weights. Not suitable for children under 6-year-old without supervision. There we go. But there's also some LED lights up there, I notice, either end. But it's a good sized double bed, and of course if you don't want to use it as a bed, it makes for really good storage, and if you're tall you don't have trouble with bonking your head as you come out of the cab. Nice van, this one. At a guess I would say it's probably just over 6 meters long, and looks like there's a TV point just by the table there. So that's your Autosleeper NUEVO on a 2015/16 plate. So let's have a little look in this little camper van then. It's the only camper van I'm looking at today. It's another Autosleeper. It's a Warwick, and it's 2008, so it's seen a bit of time. It looks nice and clean to me from where I'm standing, and it's a shade under £30,000. Just give that a quick look around. And that's the Autosleeper Warwick. Let's go and have a look inside. You've got the sliding door, as you'd expect on a camper van, and the electric step. Now stepping inside the cab here, it's on a Peugeot manual box, 5-speed, and it's all looking pretty clean, to be honest. Not bad at all. Storage bins over the cab, as you usually see on these, and then further storage above, up here as well, with a skylight. And then moving around above the kitchen here, we've got a microwave and lots of storage, and some opening windows with blinds. And the hob here is, this is actually quite good for an 08 plate. You've got the 3 gas burners and 1 electric. Again, not in bad nick really for its age. Quite like that. And as I say, you've got the blinds here and fly screens as well. So we've got the blinds and fly screens as well. Very good. And with this one, you've got the hob, of course, but the grill and oven are separate. If I give that a tug, there we are. There's your oven. Hardly used by the look of it. More storage next to that, just there. And there's a kettle. That one isn't a drawer because of the sink above. So as you can see, a nice little sink drainer with a mixer tap here. The fridge again is it's locked here. The fridge is a little Dometic with a freezer box. Let's put that back in, and then moving along, got a little waste box there, look, drop all your tea bags in. That's quite handy, and a good long worktop, has to be said. And more storage below here. It's a double door, in fact. I just need to pop that open to show you. The storage under there, and the electrics are under there as well, but good bit of storage. And then right at the back we've got the lounge area with the double opening barn doors. Remember, it's a panel van, so you can open those doors to have an awning on the back, or if you're fishing you can back against the edge of the river, and you could have your van opening out onto the lake. Fabulous. I always dream of doing that, but I'm not a fisherman, I have to say. But the lounge is really nice. Cushions are looking pretty good. Storage above, and a large opening window with again with blinds, so that you blackout blinds, so you can pull those across at night. There we go. So that's your lounge and sleeping area. Double bed. To the side here we've got a wardrobe. Again, good size with hanging rail, and plenty of room to store things in there. And that's just in front of that, the washroom. And here we have a shower curtain, a nice LED light, an opening roof, which is really good for ventilation, a little storage cupboard for your toiletries, and a drop down sink. You love them or hate them, and they are very functional, because at least you do save space with these. And shower is in the corner there above the toilet. And standing down at this end of the van in the lounge, looking back down towards the cab end, there's a good bit of space in here, that's for sure. I think I've noticed is that the seats don't swivel on this particular model, but plenty of space. So a particularly nice van for its year, that one, £30,000. Well, I'd like to say a big thank you to Simpsons of Great Yarmouth for allowing me to film today. We've been looked after by Simpsons very well over the last 4 years, and I urge you to have a quick look on their website if you're seeking a camper van or motorhome this year. If they haven't got it, perhaps they'll be able to find it for you. It's time for me to head home now. I'm going to go back and find Bertie that's parked down the other end, and we're out on the campsite this weekend, so it's not going to be long before we're reporting back to what we get up to on our next campsite. So until then, I'll say bye. Take care.